Hello, I'm Gina Marie Rodriguez, and this is Meeting Mountainside. Today we're here with Councilman Steve Matejek, and I cannot wait to speak to him about all things Mountainside. So hi, Steve, how you doing?
Hi, welcome.
Oh, thank you. I'm here in your town now, so you tell me all about it.
Thanks for coming out to see us. It's a pleasure to have you.
I mean, it's fun being here for me. I'm still learning. This is what I think I said it's my third time with Meeting Mountainside, so there's a lot you still need to teach me about the area. I don't know much. I come from Rahway, so there's much to learn. Thank you. That's your job. But first, I kind of want to learn a little bit about you, if that's okay.
Okay.
So talk to me about your background, and you grew up here, yes?
I grew up in Mountainside.
Okay.
My parents moved here in 1976.
Oh, wow.
So when I was 3 years old. So I had the pleasure of having a Mountainside childhood.
Yeah.
I went through the programs and the schools that we have here. I attended day camps at the local churches, Our Lady of Lourdes, CPC, which is a Presbyterian church.
Is that its full title, CPC, or does that stand for something?
It stands for Community Presbyterian Church.
That makes sense.
I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone just refers to it as CPC, and they're very active in the community.
Well, now if I say it, I'll pretend I'm a local CPC.
Great. I attended the schools here, which are Beechwood, and then I attended Deerfield, and I went on to, at the time, Mountainside sent our students to Jonathan Dayton in Springfield. So I attended all of those schools. Went through all of the schools.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
So that last one was high school then?
Correct.
Right, okay. All right, I'm learning the names. Beechwood, Deerfield, and...
At the time, it was Jonathan Dayton. Now it's in Berkeley. Well, that school is still there, but we send our students to Berkeley Heights, Governor Livingston.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
See, there's so much that I don't know.
Sure.
Because Mountainside is a small community, correct?
It's a small town, so we don't have our own high school. Once upon a time, we did, and now the school is Borough Hall.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good for me to know, too.
The town has grown and expanded, and we have more schools, more students.
I love that. So tell me a little bit about Borough Hall, too. Is this where you work out of?
Yes. The council meetings are in Borough Hall. The committee meetings, all of the town business happens in Borough Hall. We have our business administrator, the different departments, engineering, recreation, the police department is there, Department of Public Works. Used to be fully based out of there. There's still an administrative office, but we built a separate DPW facility not far.
Okay, well, that's nice. Are any of the meetings public?
All of the meetings are public.
All of them, okay.
Yeah, there's two public meetings a month. There's a work session, which is where we talk about the various things that are going to be on the council meeting agenda. So it's the first and third Tuesday of every month. So we have a work session where we discuss various matters that are going to be on the agenda. And then we have the council meeting where we conduct business in terms of voting. But those are public meetings.
Okay, that's good to know. I mean, I think as somebody who doesn't follow local politics as closely as she should, I do want to reiterate that they are public meetings. So if you guys want to get involved, you should be doing that. Do as I say, not as I do. So I want to learn a little bit more about what it is that you're working on now, and then we'll talk about the fact that you are running for re-election soon. But tell me what it is that you are working on now and what you've been working on for your term.
During my time on council, I've had several assignments. I was on the planning board. We rotate on and off some of these different assignments. I've since rotated off. I was on fire for a while, for a couple of years. Very proud of my work on fire. It's a volunteer firehouse, and they're very well trained, and they do an excellent job for the community. They're all volunteers doing this tremendous work.
So what does that mean? Were you volunteering as a firefighter, or what do you mean that you were
Yeah,
on
I should
fire?
clarify. Yeah, so as part of the fire committee, we do things like decide on policy. Think of it as a corporation, and you know, if you want to think about it, in the private terms, kind of like a board that makes decisions, mostly policy-wise.
Okay, that does help because it kind of gives me the hierarchy to understand. So, okay.
They have their own. They have their own managers within the department, and the firefighters.
Okay, that's awesome. So what kinds of policy were implemented when you were, or while you've been in term?
Yeah, we went through the bylaws. We updated those, making sure that they have all of the equipment that they need to be up to standards. A volunteer fire department is run a lot like a paid firehouse. They go through all the same training, the fire school, the equipment has to meet all the same requirements. So running a firehouse is pretty complicated.
I'm sure. I mean, I have never had the pleasure or the honor, but I can imagine that there's a lot of not only responsibility, but just so much pressure, right? You are responsible for people's lives and safety. So that's a lot to consider. But I feel like I interrupted you before. You were going to say that you worked on fire and you were continuing before I interrupted you.
Right. I'm also on the committee for the Department of Public Works and Police. During my time on the Department of Public Works, we built a new facility. Once upon a time, we didn't have our own salt dome. We used to use this.
Big words for me.
We used the state's salt dome, but unfortunately, we had to get our own and build a new building. Which in the end, it was a very good investment. The town has a very good Department of Public Works in coordination with outside contractors. Our roads are cleared very well and very soon after a storm, that we can get emergency services to respond or people getting to their livelihoods.
I'm starting to see how those things are tied now, how those committees are tied.
Everything
fire
is interrelated.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's not an easy job that you've tackled here, but what is it that made you want to become a council person?
Growing up in town, I really have a lot invested in the town. And as I became older, I gained a lot of experience in private practice, have a financial background, and a seat became available. And I decided to run, and I wanted to lend my expertise to the community. It's a good way to participate and give back and maintain our town's character.
Absolutely. You just said that you had a financial background. What is your background?
Accounting, CPA, worked at various companies, whether they were domestic or international, largely real estate.
Oh, okay. All right. I know nothing about taxes. Like, don't ask me. I usually hire an accountant because I don't know what I'm doing.
That's the right move.
Yeah, says the accountant. But yeah, I'd like to learn a little bit more. I want to go back in time, right? Back to your childhood here. Not that you necessarily knew better, but what is it that you loved? What is a memory that pulls you back to your childhood all the time that could only have happened in Mountainside?
I love the ability to just, in the summer, hop on my bike, travel all around town. Didn't worry about safety. When it was dusk, it was time to come home. There was no cell phones.
Good old days.
Meet up with your friends, bike around the schools, lots of tennis, swim team. I participated in the recreation department and all that they had to offer, whether it was skiing in the winter, they used roller skating outings. There's a day camp right next to the pool, so a lot of youth go to these day camps. They can go to the pool when they're done.
Is that the same day camp that was around since you were a child? Is it still there?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, it's all right. Good. That longevity, I really appreciate. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm getting stuck for a second because there are so many things that I want to talk to you about, and I'm like trying to keep in line. You mentioned the pool, because I think we were talking about the day camp being by the pool, and I know you had told me previously before we got on camera that there is a renovation planned for the pool. So can you talk to me a little bit about the renovation?
Well, it's under discussion right now what's to be done. So it's not exactly determined. What we did is we went out to the public. The surveys were done that went out to the public to get feedback. We had multiple town hall meetings. The pool's 60 years old and it has a lifespan. And I would say through good management and maintenance, we've gotten a pool to exceed its expected lifespan.
Absolutely.
But at some point, it needs some care. Whereas a lot of communities in the surrounding areas have closed their pool. We think from the feedback we received, the community loves the pool. It's a Mountainside institution, and we don't want to take that away from the current or future residents.
Especially if we continue getting heat waves like we've been having this last week.
That's right.
It's crazy. I can't imagine life without a pool. But did you say that there's a measure that's being proposed? Are people going to be able to vote on this, or this is something that's happening internally?
Well, what we've done is gone out to the public to share information. We actually had an on-site town hall. If you go to the pool, it still looks beautiful, so it's a little bit deceiving. But then when you understand, okay, this part of the pavement is sinking, the grass has sinkholes, there's rust building up in the filter room because the pipes at the time were built out of iron, they're deteriorating. And then you learn from the pool managers that almost 5,000 gallons a day of the pool is leaking, and it has to be constantly filled every day. Some of these things aren't simple repairs.
No, not at all. But I'm glad that we're discussing them because I wouldn't have known any of that to consider. So I hope folks are paying attention.
Yeah, that's why we got people out on site with experts to show them around and educate people, ask them they can ask all the questions they want, give all the feedback that they want. And we've got a lot of feedback and a lot of optimism about what we've done and a path forward.
I think that's amazing. And we're going to end on an optimistic note for now, and we'll be right back after this.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Welcome back to Meeting Mountainside. Like I said before, we are still here with Steve Matejek, and we are talking about your re-election campaign because you are running for councilperson again. So talk to me about that. First, let us know, when is Election Day?
Yes, I am running for Borough Council. The general election is November 3rd. It's the first Tuesday in November.
Okay, that's great. So tell us I don't live here, so I can't vote for you, but tell the folks why they should vote for you.
Well, I've been on council for 6 years, and during my time, we've accomplished quite a lot. We have maintained and even improved things like our fire department, our police department. We've maintained the character of our town. We've always fought against high-density housing. It puts such a strain on the community. Bringing high-density housing into the community puts a strain on the schools, classroom sizes, emergency services. It doesn't help the tax base at the rate in which the services are consumed. We have a lovely town that doesn't have overabundance of traffic, and people move here for what it is. So we like to maintain what we have while also developing the town in various ways, adding parks and recreation for sports, general quality of life, and various activities.
Now, can you clarify for me, when you say high-density housing, do you mean high-rises like apartment complexes? Is that what we're talking about?
Well, I'm sure some developers would like to do that, but you generally will see developments that are several stories high, not towers, but several stories high, with buildings that are not standalone. Mountainside is mostly standalone homes,
Okay.
single residence properties, whereas the high density housing really crams a lot of people into a small location.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. And you were saying that this is, I hope it doesn't sound silly, but can you explain to me how that affects taxes?
Sure. Well, as you bring in more people, you have to provide more services. You have to hire more police. There's more fire events. It doesn't necessarily need to be a fire. It could be a carbon monoxide alarm that they respond.
Oh, okay.
So all of the things that the Borough Hall provides for its residents will just have to increase.
Right.
And the tax base that you get out of high density housing comes in at a reduced rate versus homes that are at the current tax rate.
Okay. All right. Well, see, I just had a huge lesson there because I didn't know any of that. So thank you for explaining it to me. Maybe that's what I need, just an accountant on speed dial
Yeah,
explaining things
and
to
we
me.
have very low taxes in Mountainside. Our tax rate is amongst the lowest in the county.
I did not know that.
It's almost half of the state average.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so we're doing that by continuing with what we're doing, maintaining fiscal responsibility, and making sure that residents, when they come here for all that it is, don't necessarily get priced out of their own home when they retire. So we have a very robust senior population,
Okay.
and when they retire, they can continue to live here.
And for that senior population, what opportunities exist for them? Is there a senior center? Like, what kind of activities are offered?
Quite a
for the
bit.
senior okay.
So within our recreation department, we have a senior coordinator who runs all sorts of programs. We have there's a great organization called Mountainside Active Retirees.
Okay.
Our seniors are active and they're smart, and they're a great part of the community.
I feel like what I'm hearing is I should retire in Mountainside.
If you can,
Maybe.
please.
I mean, I've got time, I hope. But I want to hear more about what you're planning. Let's say you are lucky enough to get reelected. What do you foresee in the future?
There's a lot of great things on the horizon that we're working on now. We're in the process of building a park in the center of town. We acquired some land with grants, so there was no impact on taxpayers. We are building a soccer field behind one of the schools, a regulation soccer field, as we've seen the desire from kind of transition from some other sports to soccer becoming very popular.
Well, the World Cup is going on right now.
Well, there's
so.
that, but even before that, we have a soccer league, and we need a proper soccer field. So we have one, but we need another one.
Okay. I want to hear more about the park. That's what I'm excited about. So how big is the plan for this park?
Well, it's a little walking park. It's downtown. It's not very expansive, but it's a nice addition to our downtown.
Okay.
Whereas some downtowns might have something like a Starbucks that'll have a lot of traffic. This is an open space where people can gather. There'll be park benches. There'll be tree-lined paths. It'll be a nice gathering place for the community.
Okay, so when I heard park, I was thinking swing sets and slides, so not that kind of park.
No, we have that, and we're nestled next to the Watchung Reservation. We have all sorts of natural trails and things like that. So it's a little bit different than what we have. It's a nice addition to what we have.
I like that. So this is more of like a walking path as opposed to a bike path type
Correct.
park? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Not that I bike, but I'm, thinking about maybe
Yeah.
changing my activities.
So open spaces that let people gather
Yeah.
and play sports and
Build
generally
community.
Yeah, and generally have a better quality of life. Whereas other towns are taking spaces and putting in high density housing.
Right, we're right
So
back to
we're
that.
going
Yeah.
the opposite direction.
Okay, I think that's really important. I wanted to ask you, we had Valerie Wass on the same show a little while back. I've lost track of time, but you've been working with her, and she's a co-candidate. You're both running at the same time. So tell me what it's like to collaborate with your fellow council people?
Yeah, working with Valerie and the other members of the governing body is fantastic. There is so much intellectual diversity. We have attorneys, accountants, we have parents and grandparents and single parents, and everyone comes with their own perspective, their own set of skills, and we all come together really selflessly for the betterment of the community. Everyone goes in thinking about the community as a whole, not necessarily, okay, how does this affect me in my street?
Right.
How does it affect the community as a whole?
Right. Well, I think that's an important way of thinking because we should be community focused. I think that, in my experience at least, we're living in a time where people tend to insulate themselves and individualism has, I don't know, it's on the rise to a degree, and maybe if we're lucky, Mountainside has kind of avoided that fate. But I do want to hear more about what programming exists to encourage people to leave the house, to come and meet new people, as opposed to just, we've created this park for you and it's, available.
Yep.
But how are you encouraging people to leave the house?
There's something for everyone, whether you want to go off and do something independently, like the parks, the trails and the reservation. There's a lot of organized things as well. We have a great scouting program from Cub Scouts to Boy Scouts, and a lot of fantastic volunteers in that organization and others. There's a Mountainside newcomers organization. People come into town and you want to meet people and network. You can join this organization. I've met a lot of friends there. As you become a senior, again, the Mountainside Active Retirees.
Already planning on it.
Yep. There's programs at Borough Hall. There's chair yoga, if that's your skill level.
That's my skill level. So.
That's great. Yeah. There's all sorts of activities at the pool. There's a swim team. There's tennis lessons. We have great tennis courts, and we just resurfaced those and invested a lot into our infrastructure. So there is something for everyone.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that pickleball is on the rise. I know nothing about it. Do you have a pickleball court, or is it the same as a tennis court? I genuinely don't know the answer.
Oh yeah, so the tennis courts become the pickleball court.
Okay.
You take half of a tennis court and you turn it into a pickleball court. And there's so many people out there, and it's it lets other people who might not be tennis players get into pickleball. It's you have tennis, pickleball, so the two combined are very inclusive for all sorts of people.
Okay, that's good to know. I think there's a movie coming out about pickleball, and I'm going to have to watch it just so I understand what we're even talking about. I said the word just because I know it's a hot button topic, but I don't even know what pickleball is. Yeah, that's good. Mm-hmm. I guess I'm always fascinated when I speak to people from Mountainside because everyone here seems to really love their community, as they should, right? But it depends on who you speak to and where they're coming from. Not everyone feels that way. So I've been trying to get to the root of what is it about this town that so many people just adore living here? Is it walkability? Is it the easy access to stores? What are the important things for folks who are house hunting right now, if you would like to encourage them to come to Mountainside?
Mountainside is a reprieve from everything else that's out there. To the east and west, you have a lot of the same, and Mountainside is the diversity to a lot of those other things. The community, the people gathering together, whether it's formal or informal things. Like I mentioned, the formal programs through the recreation department can gather people. There's a lot of informal book clubs. Just people like to get together and enjoy the community. And we're a community of volunteers, and these things tend to feed on each other. You get involved in something and then something else, and you meet people, and Mountainside lends itself to being outdoors quite a bit.
Yeah, well, I'd say that volunteers are a key to any functioning society, so I think that in and of itself is a sign that people really support this community. I'm back to the house hunter question right now, just because clearly that's on my mind.
The house
house hunting.
Okay.
For folks who might want to be considering Mountainside. For the kids who are attending school here, you mentioned that you don't have your own high school, right? So we're sending the kids outside. Is there a choice between high schools, or it's the one option in Berkeley Heights?
Well, it's the one option for the public schools, but we also have a lot of excellent private high schools in the area. And some people make that decision. That's up to them.
Okay.
Mountainside has what's called a blue ribbon school. It means it's a top 5 in the country.
Oh, in the country.
There's only 11, I believe, in the state last year.
Wow.
So we have excellent school. Deerfield was a blue ribbon school. And that is a testament to the teachers, the staff, the Board of Education, and of course the students and the parents of the students. Everyone has to come together to make an excellent school.
Absolutely.
Program. Yep.
I think that's really important to know. And I mean, I don't have children of my own, but I do know that when people are house hunting, they tend to want to know what the public school system is like. So
Right.
blue ribbon is important to know.
Yep, all those things that I mentioned, the schools, the parks, the quality of life, have caused the home values in Mountainside to just soar.
Yeah.
And
Well,
people
that's-
come into Mountainside and they invest in themselves and their home and the community, and they plan on staying here for a very long time. You see a lot of renovations to homes in the community, so people really get invested into the community.
Yeah. Forgive me. I feel like there's a few flies buzzing by us, and
That's
they're
okay.
telling us that it's time to wrap.
Okay.
So I think we had a really excellent conversation. It's been
too.
a pleasure speaking to you.
Likewise.
And I guess I will see you at the next meeting Mountainside.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for watching.